What's up, people? What's up, people? It's your boy Jermaine McCrimmon from Humanity Unplugged podcast. And I sound horrible, and I would like to say I'm sorry. I'm coming down with a little something, getting over it actually. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. I did, took place with the family, hung out with them, went to church. It's crazy, had a great time. I'm doing this recording earlier than normal. Normally, I don't do Tuesday until Monday, but I got some things coming up, so I got to go ahead and get this in. And I just want to let you guys know the name of this episode will be Sink or Swim America Part 2. And this goes out to some great detailed work that was done by our law enforcement, by Trump, going over some things I talked about in Part 1. And I just want to let you guys know it's great when we catch the bad guys. It's great when America stands together. Just want to give a shout out to all the listeners, everyone that participates on the podcast, all my special guests in the last month and a half. We've been rolling them out, and I just want to say thank you to everyone. Also, with our Instagram and social media pages, you guys are doing an awesome job. I just want to say thank you for the love. We're on all platforms right now. We're doing really nice, and I appreciate the love. So today's episode, we're gonna start off with something I talked about in Part 1 of Sink and Swim America with Little Ronnie out in Texas. Little Ronnie and his daughter. He's a Texas rapper, well known, fair guy. What I'm hearing in the streets and everything, that he was a good guy. He went to, I think, Slappy's car wash in Fort Worth, Texas, and he went there to clean his car, wash his car, and have a great time doing that. His daughter was dropped off by the mother to hang out with her father. And like I said before, that's a great thing. The children, they're not really cleaning up. They're just spending time with their father or with their mother, whoever they're with, grandparents. It's like when y'all go out for ice cream. You never forget the time that you go out for ice cream with your child, your sibling, and you get a flavor they never had before. And it brings me back to reminiscing when I used to get the coffee ice cream from Carvel. For those of you that know, Carvel used to be out before Breyers, maybe even before Baskin and Robbins. Carvel ice cream was the bomb. And back in the early 80s, they used to have a sugar cone, and it was like graham cracker cone, and you put your ice cream on that, and it was just delicious. So I remember many times me and the kids and my mom, we used to go to Carvel and get that ice cream cone, and I would get the coffee with the vanilla cherry. I didn't like cherries at all. I still don't, but the vanilla cherry ice cream with coffee ice cream was the bomb.com. And we'd go there after church on Sundays, and sometimes the kids would get a cup because they'd make a mess. Excuse me. And it's just a memory of bonding with your child. So it was something I love to do, so I can really emphasize with this guy that had his child there. They were washing the car, and I can see myself, with my children. You wouldn't want that on anybody, that your child gets shot and killed as well. Well, he was executed, if you ask me. They unloaded guns, bullets everywhere, shot him up. They even killed his daughter and had her slumped over in the front seat. So this happened, I think last Sunday or last Monday this happened. And this past Saturday, they arrested the guys involved. Adonis Robinson and Jacoby Russell was both arrested for the murder of Little Ronnie and his daughter. And if they are indeed the guilty suspects, Great job by Livingston PD. They were caught in the Chevron gas station. Well, Adonis Robinson was caught in Livingston, Texas at a Chevron gas station. And police rolled up there and they went ham and they got him. So that's a great thing. And I'm happy about that. It's always good when you catch the people that do this type of bodily harm, because it sends a message to the rest of America and to the rest of the kids. These guys are young. If you don't know the history of it, they both were in pictures with little Ronnie. They all knew him. They knew him. So to just take him out like that is crazy. How you in pictures with the man? They had games. They had pictures with him. They're there. If you look at the pictures, you can see that I think Adonis Robinson he had some things going on, even in the pictures. They didn't look like they want to be there. And for them to do that to him it was senseless. So we got to be real careful nowadays everywhere we go, because, again, bullets don't have names on it. And innocent bystanders are affected by violence, total violence. I just want to change the subject now. Going into this afternoon, Sunday, March 9th, I was watching the news and another plane went down in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, by Lancaster Airport. 5 people were killed. The plane crashed down in a residential area. It may have took out cars and everything like that. They have a video recording of the pilot. He was talking to, the airport back and forth, but somehow the single engine went down and 5 people are now dead. So constantly we seeing that these planes are going down. When you guys travel, when it's your time, it's your time. I don't care if you're walking, on the train, boat, underwater, whatever it is. When God calls you home, it's your time. You're going to go. But it's so sad to see that at the beginning of the year, we're only in March, and we have so many plane crashes and people just losing their lives. So that's the new news that just went down. Also, the recap, episode 1 of Sink and Swim America, I talked about Trump. And Trump, with his tariffs, indicating Mexico, China, and someone else, Canada. And he put a stop on it. Thank God he did put a stop on it. And he put a stop on it until April 2nd. So the tariffs are now stopped till April 2nd. I got an article I'm going to play for you guys so you can have a little insight on that. And then we're going to get up out of here. This one is not too long today. I'm not feeling the best, but I just want to keep putting it out there because this is what we do. All right. So we're going to talk about this Trump tariffs now, let you guys know what's going on. Listen up, guys. It's pretty good.
Imposing 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. President Trump is hitting the pause button. The president signed a series of executive orders Thursday granting exemptions for products that are compliant under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. That's the trade deal President Trump negotiated during his first term as a replacement for the North American Free Trade Agreement known as NAFTA. A White House official says about half of the products coming from Mexico and about 38% of products from Canada fall under the USMCA. The exemptions last until April 2nd, at which point the president's broad reciprocal tariffs will take effect. Canada says retaliatory tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods will stay in effect, U.S. goods, that is, but it will no longer impose a second round of tariffs on U.S. imports on $125 billion worth of goods. President Trump spoke about his overall tariff strategy at the White House Thursday, including concerns for many Americans that it could ultimately raise prices.
This is something that we have to do. There'll always be a little short-term interruption. I don't think it's going to be big, but the countries and companies that have been ripping us aren't particularly happy with what I'm doing. But the United States will be very happy.
Forget everything.
So, guys, as you see, Trump is putting a stop on it. And also, I know you guys don't know, but he wanted to go after the Board of Education, and the Supreme Court put a stop on it. And they're going to talk about that in a second. But it's sad to see that Trump, he's jumping around. He's going leaving one thing on to the next. He's trying to keep American people confused. And one thing American people is not is confused, because when you go into the stores, your pockets let you know that things are going up. When you look at eggs, you look at everything that's going on, the fluctuation of bills, just everything costing more money. You're not confused. No matter what he tries to say, him and Elon Musk, you cannot be confused. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this past weekend also, I think it was Friday, Elon Musk ship that he launched, a spaceship he launched into space, blew up. Excuse me. I don't think it was any casualties, but things happen, so it's a little setback for him, but he'll be right back at it. It's amazing how Trump just goes from left to right, left to right, left to right. I don't hear nothing about California no more. I hear nothing about the people that lost all their homes, the fires. I don't hear nothing about American people going over there, helping these people that lost their homes. 43,000 acres of land is just plunged to nothing, to ashes. And I hear nothing about that. All I hear is tariff, 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 what Trump want to do to other states, other countries. But yet the people in California, what's going on? The people in that got hit by Helen in Asheville, North Carolina, you don't hear nothing. What's going on? Why is no attention on the American people that need help? Instead of helping them, you're hurting the rest of the American people by the tariffs. You're trying to cut the education. My next episode I'm going to talk about is how our unemployment is crazy. Now, for the most part, a lot of people will tell you that we're pretty good. We're where we need to be. But Trump is laying off thousands and thousands of government workers. How is that possible? We could be where we are, or where we usually be at with the numbers, and he's constantly 3,400 people terminated, 151,000 jobs gone. This man is tearing it up. And what they're trying to do is cut the slack, cut that fat off what's going on with what America in debt is. And we're really in debt big time. So he's trying to cut that debt. But I said this before. I'm going to let this commercial play because I said something in part one, and I told you guys, fentanyl is the problem, and that's what Trump want, a piece of that bread of that. So we're going to let this play out, and you guys are going to hear him. He's going to talk about it. That's what it really is.
War Games, the large-scale action game War
Here we go.
Thunder will bring you
CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi joins us now. So, Olivia, what led to this month-long tariff exemption? And do we know if anything can be done to stave off this April 2nd deadline?
Yeah, Lindsay, it's good to be with you. We know that desperate phone call from the big three, this is Stellantis, Ford, and General Motors, the big three automakers, is really what started this conversation about delaying these tariffs. We know that they called Trump Tuesday ahead of his joint address to Congress. He spoke with them again yesterday, and he urged them, or they urged him rather, to really push off these tariffs, at least for a month. Let them figure this out. Let them figure out how they can deal with this, because this 25% tariff would be compounding on them. Essentially, a lot of car manufacturing in North America happens in Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. A part might be made in Canada, brought over the border, assembled here, and then sent back over the Canadian border, perhaps the Mexican border. Think of them paying a 25% tariff on that every single time. It would
Very
compound,
expensive,
would certainly
people.
raise the price of cars.
Very, very
So this was
expensive.
all spurred as a result of the action from the automakers. But to your question on what can be done to getting these tariffs off, Trump says the only thing that will make him reconsider is action on stopping fentanyl from coming across the border.
Y'all heard it. I knew it was that. The fentanyl drug game is killing the industry. It's making the pharmaceutical game look like they're not making no money. And we all know that the pharmaceutical game is killing it. It's all in the treatment, not the cure. So fentanyl is a drug used all over the world. And Trump is saying it's coming in through Canada. That's why he did this. He wants a piece of that pie of that fentanyl. Now he's going to put it off. Oh, tariff. Tariff ain't it. He just told you what it is. He don't care nothing about what it's going to cost anybody. Trump said it, and he's going to say it again, that it's all about fentanyl.
He says he wants to see more from Canada, more from Mexico, and really preventing the flow of fentanyl across the northern and southern border. He says that's the only thing that will make him change his mind.
President Trump is preparing to sign an executive order calling for the dismantling of the Department of Education. We know he can't.
There you go, guys. Department of Education, the dismantle. Why would you dismantle the Department of Education? Why? Why would you dismantle that? That is ridiculous. Incredible.
Can't do that without Congress. So what do we know about the potential timing of this and the impacts?
Well, we do know that there is a draft of the order. CBS News was able to confirm that there's a draft order out. And Lindsay, this is something Trump has been talking about since the campaign trail, about dismantling the Department of Education. It's also something Republicans have been talking about since its inception back in 1980. This has been a target of theirs for a long time. So there is a draft of this order. There was speculation Trump might be signing it today. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, said that's not going to happen today. But this is pretty typical. An EO gets floated, there's reaction, and then the administration goes back and perhaps changes or alters what's in the executive order, ultimately to sign it anyways. It was a playbook we've seen time and time again, not new to see it today. But as I mentioned, this department was created by an act of Congress back in 1980. It's going to take an act of Congress to get rid of it. And I imagine they will be hard pressed to find any Democrats who are going to sign on to this with them dismantling this agency.
So there you have it, guys. He want to dismantle the Department of Education. He wants to hold off because if they can work out a deal on this fentanyl, then he'll let the tariffs keep running, doing what they do. If he can't make a deal on the fentanyl, then he gonna make it happen. He gonna make it rough because he wants in on that money that's being made through fentanyl. The drug game is serious, and fentanyl is a drug. You use it one time, you're out of here. It kill you. I don't even know why. Excuse me. People want to take a drug that can kill you. Tell me that it baffles me to even know people want to smoke weed, but it makes you a little loopy. I don't want to be outside and I'm getting high. I mean, I drink a little alcohol here and there. I'm in my house. If I have a drink when I'm out, association, 1 or 2 drinks, I'm out. But why would you take something that can kill you? Why would you take something that take off your equilibrium, off balance in the streets, the way the streets are today? Why is it our American people want to put this stuff, in your bloodstream? They vaping. Next, they're going to put fentanyl in the vape. I said it first. They're going to put fentanyl in them vape pens. They're going to be trying to lace weed with fentanyl to get you that extra high. Be careful. I'm telling you, people, Everything is being elevated because once you get high, you want a bigger high. It's almost like a thief. If you get away with stealing this, after a while, you want to go bigger. Now you done stole $50. You want to go bigger. All of a sudden, you in jail because you try to rob a bank for millions. Because the one thing about repetition, keep doing things over and over and over and not getting penalized for it, you think it's all right. In your brain, you think it's cool. You got to pay more attention to what you're doing. We have to stop living in the future, live in the presence of what we have. Be okay in that one bedroom. Be okay in that room. Be okay sharing something before you get your own. You appreciate it more. Why is it we always want more than we can handle? We want the big plate, but leaves all the food on the plate. Why is that? We have to learn to live within our means. Everybody wants the BMW. Everybody wants the Mercedes-Benz. Do we know what it took to get that Mercedes-Benz? Do we know what it took to get that BMW? Do you know that person sacrificed, what they did, what they went through, what trials and tribulations did they have to go through to get that? Everything comes with a price. The only thing that's free is your salvation. If you don't know Christ, find him for yourself. He's free. All you got to do is let him into your heart. If you believe he's your personal savior, he died on the cross, you're good. Don't cost you nothing. It's free. That's kind of why I'm all over the place tonight. I'm sorry, but a lot of things hit my mind while I'm talking. I don't go to too many churches because church it's been like it's a movie now. You got worship dances, praise dances. You got the people singing, getting you all the devotion, getting you all worked up. You know, the preacher yelling and screaming, the drummer, everybody's in sync. What happened to that old church religion? Old school just religion. You know, I don't never hear them talking about Bible study. I never hear them talk about getting baptized no more. I don't know why. I see what I see and it bothers me. You got to be very careful who you attach yourself to, who you commit yourself to when you go to churches as well. Every church that's open is not serving the right God, the same God. Be very careful what you're doing out here, people. Please. Hopefully on Thursday I'll be better. Get some more information on the plane that went down today in Pennsylvania, Lancaster, by the airport. 5 people did die. Maybe we'll find out what's going on with that. I'm happy we solved the case with little Ronnie and his daughter getting killed by these guys. They're arrested now. That's great. We do know the real thing going on with tariffs. We ain't got to admit it. You can say what you want it to be. But he's telling you left and right what it really is. It's about the drug game that comes through Canada and through Mexico. Fentanyl is coming through Canada and Mexico. And Trump want a piece of that action. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not going to hold you. We're right at 23 minutes, 24 minutes. Guys, stay strong, stay safe. It's got a long week. Supposed to have great weather. This will be up on the podcast on Tuesday. Sink or Swim America Part 2. Please, guys, keep supporting us. Keep us in your prayers. I'm your host, Jermaine McCrimmon. I'm out.